It's MC Monte in the place to be. Welcome to the adventures of MC Monte. This series is all about making Demon Slayer cosplay. Yeah.
I'm asking God to help me fight my demons every day. It's the struggle, I'm in trouble, so I bow.
In this video, we're going to be making our Demon Slayer leg wraps and our footwear. This video series is in honor of the amazing anime we love, Demon Slayer. And as you know, the new Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle, just came out this weekend. So it's a perfect time to make your cosplay. If you saw the movie and was inspired, or you plan on going to see the movie and you want your cosplay to be ready, this video is for you. Everything you need is listed in the description below. Gather your supplies and let's get right into the tutorial. Now it's time to make the leg wraps. I'm using sew-in fusible. This stuff makes your fabric stiff and hold its shape. So I cut out squares of this. These squares are 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. You need 3 squares for each leg, and you need 6 squares total. I also used some stiff white fabric, and what I did was fold the fabric and cut out a section that is slightly larger than my 9 by 9 centimeter square. Take your square, fold the ends over. You're gonna sew this in. You're gonna sew this. Then you're gonna fold it over and then sew a U. I'm gonna take my fabric, fold it over and sew right here. Fold it over, sew right here. So I hem the first side, and I'm going to hem the second side as well. Now I'm going to fold my fabric over like so, and so zoop, 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 sew a U. Now your square is done. You're gonna do 6 of these total. So I have 2 done, and I'm gonna make 4 more. For the leg wraps, I cut out a piece of fabric that's stretchy, that's gonna go around my leg. Now I'm doing this to make the look of something being wrapped around my leg, but I can just slide it onto my leg like a sleeve, like a calf sleeve. So my bottom is 10 inches wide and my top is 15 inches wide. And this is gonna be my leg sleeve. Now to get the wrap look without having to wrap my leg, I'm going to sew this piece on a diagonal right here. And then sew this piece right here. Next, I'm gonna do 4 strips going like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the last 2 I'm gonna do are 1, 2, going this way, and 1, 2, going this way. The wrap look is all done and sewn into place, and now it's time to close the leg sleeve. To close the leg sleeve, we're gonna fold it in half and sew the back seam closed, but we can't forget about our details. So we put our detail square in like so. And you can pin these down into place so they stay where you need them to go. Line them up to make sure they're all straight. Then fold over your fabric and sew the seam closed. I sewed the leg sleeve closed. Now flip it. Boom. There you have it. Hey. All right, so for my Geta socks, I have a nice pair of black socks that I'm going to alter. I got these from the thrift store. I bought these from the thrift store for $1. So, all you gotta do is take your sock and flip it inside out. And don't worry, your cat will help you with this part. Now my sock is inside out and I'm gonna put it on my foot for the next part. All right, you have your black sock on and it's turned inside out. What I do is create space between my big toe and my second toe, and I'll draw a V. And that's what I'm gonna sew. I'm gonna sew this V. Make sure it goes all the way into this space between your big toe and your second toe. Sew that V and cut a slit. All right, make sure you can see where your V is and sew that. I'm gonna pull the sock, actively pull the sock open as I sew. And next I'm going to cut the space open. I'm going to trim off the extra fabric. And that's that. You can use a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch for this. Then flip them back over and try them on. Yeah, that's gonna be great. And just like that, all done. You need a pair of sandals, get yourself some flip-flops, and you're going to cut this off. So next I took some white spray paint and just spray painted it white, 2 coats. It would be best if you can find some flip-flops that are already fabric, but if you cannot, it's okay. This fabric is like cotton twill or poly cotton. It's not stretchy. This piece is 10 centimeters wide and really long. My piece is about 45.5 inches long. So you need a long piece. Fold your fabric over and sew it in place. Then you're gonna fold the other side over and sew it in place as well. And then finally, you're gonna fold it one last time and sew it into place again. My character has red fabric, so I'm using red shoestring to match. So whatever character you want to be or whatever color you want to use, get a matching shoestring. Thread your shoestring through the hole and back through again. So that you can create a loop. And on this side, I'm just making sure my shoestring is even. I need to leave enough space for my foot to get through and slide in. I'm gonna thread the fabric through with the seam facing down. All right, so now that I put my foot in the sandal and I know how much space I need, I'm gonna tie one knot while my foot is in the sandal. Actually, I'm gonna tie 2 knots so it doesn't go anywhere. So now I have my knots. I'm just gonna tie another one to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. I think I'm gonna do 4. This is number 3. Now I'll do one more. So next I'll cut the extra fabric off. So I'm gonna use the same technique for the other holes. I'm using this end to lace through the hole. On the other side, I want this end to be the longest. Then I loop my fabric through with the seam facing down. And I'm going to tie it a knot just like I did before. And now all 3 knots are tied and your fabric is secure. Next it's time to attach Velcro. Next I'm going to mark where my Velcro needs to be. Then I'm going to cut my straps to the appropriate length and cut out my Velcro. Now I'm going to sew my Velcro onto my straps. I'm using extra amount of Velcro because I just want to make sure that I can securely wrap this around my ankle and it won't move. But if you want to use half of this, I'm sure that will be good as well. I always put the soft side of the Velcro on the spot that's going to face my body. And next I'm going to sew the other piece of Velcro here where I marked it. So you see my mark that I made that wraps around my ankle. This piece of Velcro goes on this side.
Fighting for my soul, so I'm taking out everything. So I guess you can just call me the demon slayer. And when I'm done, the only thing left is vapors.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video or tutorial. Always remember, adventure awaits. So get out into the world and explore. And I'll see you next time. Peace.